Sucker Punch, part of Guilty Pleasure Movie of the Week. Written and directed by Zack Snyder from an original concept by Zack Snyder. And basic story is this is his first movie based on original concept. And basically she's a young named Baby Doll. And she's a young woman who is committed to a mental institution in 1960s by her abusive stepfather after she is blamed for her young sister's death. So the stepfather bribes Blue Jones and the orderly into forging the signature of the asylum psychiatrist to have her lobotomized so she can't inform the authorities of the true circumstances leading to her sister's death. And during her admission to the institution, Baby Doll takes note of 4 items she would need to attempt to escape. And then so she collects these items. She enters another level of fantasy world. Each fantasy is parallel to the events in this prison. And there are 4 other prisoners here. And the women become strong, experienced warriors in this fantasy. And they battle everything from samurais to serpents while trying to decide what price they will pay for survival. And they join together to escape the fate that awaits them. This movie is not one of Zack Snyder's best. It's definitely not. It is one of his weaker films, but I enjoy it. I enjoy this movie. I think this movie is fantastic. I think this movie is, well, I wouldn't say fantastic. I wouldn't say magnificent, but it's an okay film. It's an okay film. Now, this movie was supposed to be BR rated, but I guess they decided to make it PG-13. Just like another Zack Snyder film, Batman v Superman, which I'm fine with being PG-13. I'm fine with the Ultimate Cut too. Now, Amanda Seyfried was going to play the lead part, but she turned it down to a scheduling conflict with her TV series. And then we have Emily Browning in the part of Baby Doll, and I say Emily Browning does a good job with the material that she's given. I think she was very good in A Series of Unfortunate Events and The Uninvited. She was one of the best things in The Uninvited. Also, you also had Evan Rachel Wood and Emma Stone, who were also going to be in the film, but they both turned it down. And they were replaced too. Jon Hamm does a good job too. I really liked him here. I loved seeing all this stuff. The actors here. I also have to say Oscar Isaac before Poe Dameron. He's really great here. We also have Jamie Chung, Jena Malone, Carla Gugino. They're great. And we have gorgeous Vanessa Hudgens here. Yes, Gabriella Montez from High School Musical. She's not Gabriella Montez anymore. She's now Vanessa Hudgens. She made the transition from High School Musical to something else. And I have to say, it's a pretty entertaining transition for her. Now, Zack Snyder has said this is Alice in Wonderland with machine guns. And this movie was put aside so Zack Snyder could do Watchmen first. The effects in here are pretty good. You have a budget here of $82 million budget, and it only made back 89. So yeah, this movie pretty much underperformed, and Legendary Pictures blamed this because no one wants to accept a movie with female characters. Which I can kind of see where they're coming from, but I don't understand that whole thing right there. Because nowadays, thanks to Wonder Woman, we're gonna get more female characters and more female superhero movies and original movies and all that. And yeah, like I said, this movie was originally R-rated, but Snyder cut a lot of scenes to satisfy the MPAA. But there is a director's cut that's 18 minutes longer, and I know there are people who hates this film. I know I can give you some problems. Yes, half of the time it doesn't make sense. Half of the time you're in a weird reality world. But I have to say, I do like the imaginary fantasy sequences. You go to World War I battle, you got dragons, aliens, you got all this pretty cool stuff, and I like the production design, I like the special effects. The music by Tyler Bates is also really good too. Like I said, the problems I have is that, yeah, it does get slow in the first half, in some spots. It does have some stuff that doesn't make sense, but for the most part, I don't think Sucker Punch is as bad as everyone says it is. It's not a perfect movie, but it's not a bad movie. And the women are not the women. And I disagree with the controversies about the girls in this movie. They're not. Is that you people act like Zack Snyder doesn't care about women? If he didn't watch Wonder Woman at the end of BVS, he cares. This movie, you know what? That criticism is just stupid. So, yeah, some good acting, some good action scenes, but it does have trouble in some story issues. But Sucker Punch is not a bad movie. I enjoy Sucker Punch a lot, and as a guilty pleasure, I'm gonna let this movie walk away with a middle badly. If you are one of those people who hate the movie, try watching the R-rated extended cut. I'm not sure if it will change your mind, but just try it. So, I will give Sucker Punch a middle badly. And if I like this movie, again, I don't care. I'm guilty as charged for liking this movie, but this is Guilty Pleasure Movie of the Week, though. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think about Sucker Punch down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'll see you guys in another video, and you guys just keep it cool.